Are you ready for your twin flames return? I mean, are you really ready? This isn't any ordinary relationship. You've really got to have yourself together. And I can speak on experience with this. Because after a very long breakup from my twin flame, let's call it decades, he came back. And when he returned, my life was not in order. I was in a marriage that needed to end. I had a financial disaster going on in my life. I didn't know where I was going to live, and so my life was really falling apart at the seams and needed to be rebuilt. Needless to say, after some time, my twin and I separated. As much as I'd like to blame my twin for all the stuff he needs to sort out, guess what? It really was stuff I needed to sort out, and it was made very evident to me in our twin flame separation. How are you going in twin flame separation? Are you trying to hold on to things the way they used to be? Are you trying to hold on to old thinking, old thoughts about love and romance, old thoughts about how you should be treated? Are you thinking about how you treat yourself? Because this is a journey to return yourself to unconditional love. And let's face it, when your twin flame runs from you, everything of an unloving nature is flushed out. All things come up. All things come up so that they can be returned to unconditional love. It's a tough journey, yes, but it gets easier and easier as you start surrendering. The surrender phase is very important in the twin flame journey. Both twins need to surrender what they have inherited. So we inherit these patterns when we arrive on Earth. We arrive as pure love and then we inherit family patterns. You only have to look at little children. They are learning everything from the people around them. Well, that's us. That's our little souls. When we came to Earth as pure love, we inherited these patterns. Many of them will not be loving, and so the twin flame journey begins. All these unloving patterns are flushed within us. If you look to blame your twin, you're going to miss the golden opportunity to find these inherited patterns and to turn them into love, or let them go, release them, and that magic word, surrender them. I know the pain of twin flame separation just pushes your mind to think, I just want my twin flame back, and everything will be okay. But reflect back on the relationship. Was it all roses and sunny skies? Of course it was unconditional love, but were things triggered between you? Could you feel the heavy energies that you knew were nothing to do with you? And your twin might have even said it's never anything to do with you. It's what I'm dealing with. And so twins often run to regroup and to heal. And as a twin flame, you need to give it breathing space. You need to allow this space to come together, to feel, to be triggered, and then to heal. It's very important to be patient and allow this breathing process and get on with being the best version of you. What do you have to clean up in your life? Well, I had plenty. I had to get a more stable financial footing. I had to unravel myself from a marriage that should have ended a long time ago, which meant recreating my life, and that's what I did. I set about doing this cleaning up, and you probably are too. Just don't get stuck in the surrender phase. Keep surrendering anything that's unloving. If you find yourself saying, I can't change, or I've always done it this way, well, think again. This reminds me of the beautiful meal story. A young woman married, and the first meal she cooked her husband was a lamb roast. He said this was delicious. However, I'm curious. I noticed you chopped the ends off the meat before you put it in the oven. Why? And she replied, I've always done it that way. That's how my mother did it. I'll ask my mother. Mum, why do we cut the ends off the meat? She replied, we've always done it that way. I really don't know why. I'll ask my mother. And so the grandmother was asked, why do we cut the ends off the meat? I don't know. That's how we've always done it. I'll ask my mother. So the 96-year-old great-great-grandmother was asked, why do we cut the ends off the meat? And she replied, oh my dear, the reason we cut the ends off the meat was in my day the ovens were too small. So are you continuing on with generational patterns that are now outdated? Here's a secret sauce. These are the patterns that are triggered in twin flame separation. Those generational patterns that are probably not loving or helping you in your life today. So what have you inherited that you can change, not only for yourself, your twin flame relationship, but for future generations? I'm Julie Rennie, and I help people to move from 3D consciousness to 5D consciousness, unconditional love. If you'd like support to get through your twin flame separation phase, then reach out. Read the description below to find links on how I can help you. Wishing you all the best on your twin flame journey, and most importantly, your return to unconditional love.